before I became a mom, I didn't even know how hard it would be being able to create, right? I didn't know how hard it would be to find time. So if you're a parent, let me know in the comment section if you've ever struggled with this as well. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So as a creative, have you ever felt like you are drowning under the weight of life and the responsibilities you have to meet up with, and just felt like your creativity was slipping away from you? So in today's topic, we're going to explore how to harness creativity when life gets hectic. Let's get into it. So the first thing is to acknowledge the challenge. Acknowledging to yourself that life is really busy right now and it's difficult for me to create is the first step, because you are admitting to yourself the reality and the problem. The benefit of acknowledging the challenge is that it helps you take it away from yourself. Sometimes when life is busy, we think we are the ones who are just choosing not to create. We think, oh, maybe we could do more, that's why we're not creating. So acknowledging the challenge and admitting to yourself that yes, life is really busy right now, family responsibilities, work, things like that are just on my plate so much that I don't have the space to create, is the first step to learning how to harness your creativity. Because when you acknowledge a problem, then you can start to find ways to navigate it or solve that problem. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. So the next one is to prioritize your creativity. Yes, life is difficult and it's going to be really hard to find those little moments that you can squeeze out or just use for your creativity. But when you prioritize your creativity, what you're doing is that you're admitting to yourself that you have challenges that are limiting you currently, but you want to still create. I've had times when I have had melodies that I wanted to put down or a cover that I wanted to do of a song, and I could only do it at midnight when my little one was sleeping. Like, that was the only time I could get some space to create. And in those times, yes, with my groggy eyes and my tired self, I'll set up a microphone and I will record that cover. And I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I know very well about that. As a mom who is a creative, I know that it can really get difficult to find those little pockets of time to create. But when you prioritize your creativity, you know that your creativity is part of your well-being, right? It's part of who you are, and creating is something that you sort of need to do. Even if you were not getting monetary remuneration for it, you just need to create. And so prioritizing my creativity means that there are times when, even when it doesn't look feasible, I will find a way to squeeze in some creative interest in there. So if you love writing, get a jotter or a notebook and a pen and just carry that along with you. That way, when you have ideas come up, you can quickly jot them down without feeling like you need to have a whole hour or 2 hours to write. So something like that can be really helpful as well. So similar to the above are micro creative sessions, and basically these are like short bursts of time that you just commit to your creative interest. So if, let's say, you have like creative energy just wanting to come out in some way, maybe you're a songwriter, you have this idea in your mind, or you have this melody that has been floating all day, you can decide to just tell yourself, okay, I will commit 30 minutes every morning before the day starts, maybe like 5:30 a.m. to 6, or by 5 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. I just want to commit these 30 minutes to my creative interest. And if you tell yourself that and you decide to consciously do that, you will find that you start to look forward to it. So you are creating this short burst of time that you're committing to your creative art and your creative work. And it's really helpful because it allows you express your creativity without the overwhelm of needing so much time to do it. But you're able to still express your creativity in that sense. So whether it's doodling, journaling, brainstorming ideas, I do that sometimes where I just want to brainstorm ideas. I want to brainstorm video ideas. I want to brainstorm recipe ideas. And so I just set out 20-30 minutes of my day and just do that. So it doesn't need to be elaborate creative projects, right? Yes, you might get creative work done in that time, but sometimes it might not be a lot of time or enough time for you to do something really big creatively, but you can use it to brainstorm, jot down ideas, pull your thoughts down on paper. Mind mapping is one of my favorite things to do, and I've got this app on my phone that I use sometimes, and I just put my ideas down on the mind map, or even sometimes just use a pen and paper, just mind map and just get your ideas down there. So being able to express that creativity in that really short time allows you free yourself from the creative energy that is spent up, but you are still able to navigate your day-to-day life without feeling like you're losing out on your creativity. So that's something else you want to keep in mind. So the next one would be to utilize technology. So earlier on I mentioned about a mind mapping app I use, and there are so many of them that you can find on your Play Store or whatever app store you buy your apps from. And there are apps like Notion, and there are apps like Evernote that you can use to jot down ideas. And I find that technology is really helpful. In my case, one of my favorite apps is GarageBand. And because I really love to put down ideas and covers of songs and things like that, I just sometimes just play around with my apps, like just explore these apps. So I get it. Sometimes technology can feel like it's a whole lot of things to do. Like whenever I need to use my laptop, I need to connect it to some source of light. If I want to record a song, I need a microphone. I need all of that. I get it. It can be overwhelming sometimes, but it does have its benefits. So being able to utilize technology and maximize it to your needs is something you want to keep in mind as a creative. If you're able to maybe set up a corner of the home, if you have that luxury of having some space, then you can just set up your mic and keep it somewhere. It doesn't have to be connected. That way, whenever you have that quick idea that comes to you and you want to sing into your GarageBand, or you want to record something, or record a voice memo, or record a voice acting episode or a podcast, you're able to do that quickly. And I find that technology is really helpful for creatives, especially when you are able to find which of the apps work the best for you. The same thing might not work for everyone, right? And it's important to try out, explore, and experiment and see which one appeals to your interest or your type of creativity. So that's something you want to also keep in mind. So one of my favorite things is incorporating creativity into my daily routine. And by this, I mean being able to infuse your creative interest into your day-to-day, right? So for example, if you love cooking, being able to find new recipes or explore new ingredients you've never used before. Photography, trying to find new angles of photographing your food or photographing items in your home, and just being able to explore your creative interest within the context of your day-to-day life. I know sometimes we think our creative interests have to be like this whole mind map things where we block out time and create, and that exists, that is valid. But sometimes creativity is, because it's integral to our day-to-day life and it is who we are, it's important to find a way to infuse it into your life, into your daily living. In my case, I have a little one and I tend to use my musical interest to support him with his speech, for example. So I'm able to write songs or write nursery rhymes and sort of sing to them and play them for him, or sing with him, or explore playing the guitar with him, or explore listening to new songs with him. And I find that is really interesting, because if I want to wait until I have so much time to sit down and listen to a new song, then I might never really get the time. But if I'm incorporating it into our daily life, for example, one of my favorite artists, Stromae, French singer, really incredible singer, I have started playing Stromae's song at home with my little one, and the other day I saw him watching the video I was playing, and I was like, oh, that's interesting that he's watching that. But normally I would maybe wait until I get some time before I listen to a song. So it's things like that. You're fusing in your creativity into your daily life. You're not letting your creativity just be this one-off thing that you're doing. You're letting it be part and parcel of who you are. And I think that's one of my favorite things about, harnessing your creativity even when life gets busy. That way you don't lose the essence of your creativity, even if you don't have all the time in the world. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. How have you been able to harness your creativity as a creative? And the reason I keep sort of highlighting the fact that I'm a parent is that it gets doubly hard when you are a parent and a creative at heart, right? Before I became a mom, I didn't even know how hard it would be being able to create, right? I didn't know how hard it would be to find time. So if you're a parent, let me know in the comment section if you've ever struggled with this as well. Like, finding the time to create has been so difficult. But these are strategies I have started to implement in my own life that are really helping me, and they're really rewarding, and they're helping me to still create, still keep up my creative interest and my creative passions whilst living life. So thank you so much for watching and listening. And if you enjoyed this particular video, please do well to leave me a comment, let me know how you manage with your creativity, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourself and see you later.